What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrared. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I'm bringing you a manga chapter live reaction of The Promised Neverland chapter 14. Now, I know I said last week that I'm going to go back to regular reviews for Promised Neverland. That's still true, and I only did the live reaction last week because it was Halloween, and this is the perfect time to do something like Promised Neverland, but I am absolutely exhausted, and I know if I try to put this off until tomorrow, I'll probably do the same thing too because your boy needs some rest, so I'm going to go ahead and get some rest. But anyway, I didn't want to wait, 2 or 3 days to go ahead and get this chapter out, so I figured I'll just throw on the camera. Let's go ahead and read the chapter, and we're going to talk about it, let you know how I feel. So I'm going to go ahead and get it open, and hey, we're going to go ahead and get it from here. Okay, so this looks like everybody when they were kids, and I'm on page 1. So this is the gate, huh? Yeah, that's Ray, Norma, and Emma when they were kids. I keep saying Norma. It's Norman. Look at me just subconsciously shipping these two characters. Memories of the past. Bummer, this turned out to be a lot less fun than we anticipated. Let's head back before Mama finds us. Ray, why are you working with Mama? Oh, that fiendish look on Ray's face. I volunteered to do so, by my own volition. Or rather, it's more like I put myself out there. Why? To prepare for our escape. All of that was to prepare for our escape. I realized the secret behind this house. Oh, so Mama must have found him. He was just sitting there chilling by the gate, by a tree, reading a book. Really? He must have been doing some strategy at that point. What are you going to do about it? Kill me? Mama, I want to make a deal with you. Family and friend. We've always been close together. We knew everything about each other, or at least so we thought. That's kind of a beast. That's a beast cover there because you got Emma and sitting there like looking like she's conflicted or crying or sad or something, and then you got Ray walking away. That almost looks like that's foreshadowing. That's a pretty nice cover. Now, I really like the art in this series. To prepare for our escape. That's right. All of this was mere pre-planning. It was the best way for me to understand our enemy and for me to gather resources. That's why I practically sold myself to the enemy. What are you going to do about it? Kill me? The cards weren't completely stacked against me. I have a hunch about the shipping order. It's our scores, right? Mama went through all the trouble to cultivate me. I'm part of her pride and joy. Harvesting me halfway should be something that Mama would like to avoid at all costs. I want to make a deal with you. Mama with that sly face. It's like she's always ahead of the game. Sure enough, Mama went along with it. For her gains are more important than the rules. I demanded roughly 2 things from her. 1, that she wouldn't ship me off right off the bat if I worked for her. 2, and that I be compensated for my work. Your compensation will be dependent on your fruits of labor. Compensation? What do you mean by that? All kinds of useless crap. I could get her to order the things that weren't found in this house. Interesting. So, basically, he made a deal with Mama to get me anything that I want. And for him not to be shipped off directly, for him to get more time. Were you testing what she could and couldn't get her hands on? Exactly. It was like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, since I could also get the taste of the outside world through these demands. In the end, I couldn't get almost anything I want. In the end, I could get almost anything I wanted, as long as they weren't anything dangerous. The only thing that sucked was these items I received weren't exactly the newest versions available. Oh, you got a PSP, and you got an iPod, and you got a toy, but that's like a Generation 1 iPod, though. And if I remember right, this is like in the future. This is like 2020 or something, isn't it? So yeah, that's pretty old stuff. But the fact that he was probably sitting up in his room chilling with all this stuff while everybody else was just playing with what they had, gotta commend Ray for that. What meticulous preparation. Then, when you said that you had an idea of how to destroy the transmitters, were you actually telling the truth? I've seen them with my own eyes. I've been experimenting. It took many years, but I eventually found a way. I'm definitely capable of destroying them. Wow. Let me be clear here. I can reliably render the transmitters useless. Do you get it? Hey, if Ray is able to get whatever he wants from Mama, maybe that's how he can disable the transmitters, because he's probably found out what he needs. These kids are very smart. So he probably found out what he needs to disable the transmitters, and he's probably gonna at some point have Mama order the things that he needs, which is probably why he needs more time than the 10 days that Norman is suggesting. Oh, look at that face! That fiendish face! Oh my god! I might have to make that thumbnail. Sitting right in front of you in this moment is your most supreme trump card. I'm in a position where I could potentially stab Mama from the back from inside. I know how to render the transmitters useless, and on top of all of it, I know more than you can ever imagine. While it might not be everything, it's all information that you will need to plan your escape. I'm your strongest card. I've been preparing for this ever since I knew the House's secrets, in such a way that nobody, that's what you guys, Nora Mama would ever find out about. I tricked Connie, who was none the wiser, and stole little Bernie. I made you two go to the gate. You're right, it's just as you said. All of this was for the sake of keeping you two alive. Anyway, back to the topic. I'm not your enemy, but I'm not your ally either. I won't ever try to take part in any ridiculous plans, so I did all I could to restrict you two. You should already know where I'm heading with this. It all depends on the conditions. If the conditions are favorable, I wouldn't mind selling out and becoming your trump card. I'll hand over all the information, and I'll lie to Mama as you wish. Exactly what do you want? I want you to fool Emma. What? Pretend like we'll bring everyone else along, and then dish them at the last moment. Wow, that is harsh. That is harsh. I mean, I've been saying since this whole thing came up that I agree with Ray. I mean, I agree that you can't get everybody out. It's just thinking too big to try to save everyone, as jacked up as it is, and say what you will about it. He does have the most practical plan. Is just to try to save themselves, probably take a few people. Maybe it's a resistance or something out there they could come back with. I mean, it's a big risk, but there's no way they're going to be able to escape with all of those kids without any problems or any casualties or losses. It's like, even to the point where Ray was like, okay, maybe we won't escape with everybody, but we definitely need to try to thin the herd a little bit. But this guy is straight up saying, we know Emma's not going to be down for this. We know that she's not going to want to do this plan. So we're going to have to trick her. We're going to have to say we're saving everybody and just ditch him. Wow, this guy is really trying to get out. And you see Norman beginning to come unhinged, trying to stop Mama. And now you see a little bit of deviousness in Ray as well, with this guy definitely being a traitor without a doubt now. But at the same time, he's still trying to help. And he just straight up told Norman that if shit starts to go south, I'm out. I'm going with the strongest team. So not only is he a trump card, he's a wild card. And looks like in the end, he's just going to do whatever he can to make sure he survives at the very least. Whether it's ratting everybody out or helping them escape. Let's get back to the chapter. Pretend like we'll bring everyone along and then dish them at the last moment. I can allow Don and Gilda to come along, but we're leaving everyone else behind. So you're telling me to give up on bringing everyone? There's no way Emma will agree to his plan, which is why he wants me to fool her. Everyone improved beyond our expectations with the training we've been giving them. Didn't you say yourself? I'm sure you weren't just lying back then. So then why? They weren't bad, I'll give you that. But that still doesn't change the fact that they just be dead weight. Man, these faces that people are making in this manga, man, it's like if evil could have a definition of a face, it's definitely some of these characters. Alright, flashback. Could you help us out? Yeah. You said you'd help us out. This is my way of helping you out. If you want to continue to refuse my offers, then fine by me. You can walk straight to your death with Emma and the others. Damn! That's cold-blooded, Ray. That's cold. But again, he's out for himself, so can you really blame him? Didn't you want us to survive? If you were to die soon either way, then doing so by getting the way to go. Damn! So what would it be? You in this. So threats to that level wouldn't work anymore, huh? To obtain the trump card, I have to give up on bringing everyone. To give up the trump card would mean to put everyone in a bad spot. Fine. Right now, even if it turns out to be a lie, it'll probably be best for the best if I just agree with. If that just now was a lie, then. Yo, that look he just gave Norman! That look he just gave Norman when he patted him on the face. Ray is straight up looking like a villain right now. I know. No worries. Of course it wasn't. It's like he didn't even have to say anything to him. He just straight up said, if you're lying to me. Because remember, Ray has all of the power here. Because at any time, he can blow the whistle on everything that he's learned to Mama about Ray and Emma right now. Even though I feel that Norman's smart enough to make another plan on the fly, it still will put them in bad shape because now you're going to have Mama on the lookout for him either way. But that threat he just gave him was straight up jailhouse style, I'm telling you. I know. No worries. Of course I wasn't. So Ray was a spy. But then again, he wasn't an enemy either. No. He was more than that. He can reliably destroy the transmitters. He can even control the flow of information, all according to his will. Not only would he be in a favorable position to restrain the enemy, but he even gathered information to aid our escape and has an idea about their internal state of affairs. What an amazing trump card! With him on our side, we actually have a fair chance of survival. But it all depends on the conditions. Fool Emma. Give up on everyone. I can't leave them behind. What Ray said makes sense, and what Emma wants is reckless. It'll be easy to fool Emma. It'll be hard to fool Ray. It'll be best to go with Ray. Yeah, it would. I agree. Still, I want to become like her. If there are more people I could save, then I'd just love to do that. You're late. I was talking with Norman. So, what's up with them? Nothing worth reporting. They've just been really focused on tag training. More importantly, the aide of yours, she started to move on her own. You better watch out. I see. Oh, you even ratting out Chrome. Nice. You shouldn't have requested her to come. Pretty sure you called her to keep me in check anyway. Ah! Okay, so Crone is there to make sure he stays on game. And Mama, she's acting like she's speechless, but come on, we know this lady is cunning and smart as hell. Even though I've been completely loyal to you the past 6 years, who would have thought you'd still be cautious around me? Honestly, that makes me kind of sad. Just in case pigs start to fly. See, Mama's like, yeah, I'm not stupid. Even though I do got you in my pocket, I'm still going to plan. Your work these past 6 years has been splendid, of course. Of course I trust you. But this wouldn't have happened if you were behaving how you should have been in the first place. See, even Mama knows that he's been sowing the little seeds to help them escape, because they just brought that up and then they show her saying to him, you should have been behaving in the first place. And remember, he left a little bear for them to know what happened to Connie. So she's on to everything too. I mean, it's going to be very hard to fool this lady. And I think the only way that we're going to get her out of the picture writer-wise is if she has a change of heart to help them. Because if she decides to flip the switch, I think they're all done. I certainly couldn't have anticipated that Norman would actually break the house rules. But it's not like I expected you to be so useless that you failed at your one job of keeping watch either. My bad. That's why I'm making this up to you. That's also why I'm making this up to you by spying on them. I've sold out my closest friends. And I've also told you about the disturbing actions by the sister in fine in detail. You better compensate me well for this. Of course. This is a deal after all. I've already ordered what you've asked for. It's going to take 2 or 3 more days to arrive as usual. I've made up my mind long ago. The boy works in solitude in order to save his friends. How will I spend the rest of my remaining time here? This is a flashback. Soon I'll be 6. At most I can stay here for another 6 years. The number of lives I can save will be limited. That's the reality of the world. I don't give a damn about what all of you want. There's no way I'm letting those two walk straight to their graves. There's no way I'm letting this 6-year-long plan of mine go up in smoke. The end. Now that was a nice chapter. I think this chapter was more important than even chapter 10, as we got a lot to chew on in this chapter with Ray and his true intentions by being the spy. And everything was laid out, like I said. He has all the cards on the table for them to escape. He is an effective spy for Mama. He can get Mama to order anything that he wants. And I think what he's doing is either ordering something to help them escape, or he's definitely ordering something to disable the transmitters. So he has intel and he can get what he wants. But the thing is, he's been this spy for Mama for 6 years. And you can see him in that cell with Ray, Norman, and Emma at the end. And I like I said before, story-wise, I like where Ray is going with this. He's basically saying, if you wasn't up in that cage with me 6 years ago, then fuck it, I'm not saving you. I will save you two, but I'm not taking anybody else. I'm not risking anybody else. So even though he is a traitor, even though he is working for Mama as a spy, he's still on her side, because at the very least, he cares about Norman and Emma enough to get them to escape. He just doesn't want to bring everybody else with him. And can you blame him for that? I mean, the better chance for survival is for just them to escape. And don't get me wrong, I agree and I sympathize with Emma with wanting to save everybody. And I can see Norman being in the middle, because even Norman is contemplating if he's doing the right thing by helping Emma or helping Ray. So he's caught in the middle of this whole thing. But definitely let me know what you guys think Ray, what he's going to do, what he's ordering. Like I said, I think what he had Mama order is some stuff that's going to disable the transmitters. I don't know. It's like I just got this aching feeling in my heart that when they try to escape, something is going to be wrong. And it makes me wonder about the future of the characters in this series altogether, because where could this lead? I mean, will this eventually lead to, I mean, we don't know if it's like a papa or something. Like, could Ray become a higher standing of like a male person over one of these orphanages? Maybe that'd be something of his deal later if he rats out his friends. Will he help his friends? Will he betray them? We got all this up on the table right now, and I want to know, I want to know if he said anything to Norman. I mean, he just gave him a proverbial slip on the shoulder when he said, if you're lying to me, because he can very well blow this out of proportion. And just like I said, I think Norman's smart enough to know that if he told Mama, I think Norman's smart enough to know to have another plan, just like how he knew to put some more rope somewhere besides the ones that he told him to get out the snitch. But I don't think Ray is the type of person you want to play around with right now. And I completely agree with Norman by saying that maybe I should play along with him because he does give us a better chance. This was a phenomenal chapter, guys. And it actually gave me a little bit of light that maybe I could have did the review after I read it. So, guys, definitely let me know what you thought of this chapter in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and drop it a like. If you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content for you guys to indulge on this channel. And, you know, I guess this will be situational. I mean, if it's a night like tonight where I say, you know what, I just want to read it and I can give my thoughts while I'm reading it, I'll do a live reaction. But more likely it'll be a review. We'll just have to see where it goes. And I hope you guys enjoy either one. So definitely let me know in the comments about that as well. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. As I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. And I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Infrared signing out. See you soon.